Okay, we're back. Now, hopefully this works. All right, all right. So we are back now. All right. So hopefully this works over here. Okay, can everybody see me, hear me? Like everything is back up? Looks like it. Looks like things are back up. Okay. So it wasn't exactly a call, it was a text. So I ended up getting a message that the internet issues. My router over here was blipping and it was starting to I don't know if you guys saw it on your end, but it was like on mine, and I needed to come off really quick and switch the cords. This is what happens when you're live. Oh man. I'm glad that none of this stuff happened while doing like Dare to Be Great, because that would have sucked. Having all these people watching from all over the world, and then for it to just go off like that. So when there's maintenance that Xfinity is doing and stuff, I'll get text messages when they're like, "We're doing maintenance," or whatever. Well, the combination of that and my stupid router over here messing up. I've had it happen before where I had to change the Ethernet cord out because it was bad, and none of it's connecting, and it started to blip out. I've got also on you can't see them, of course, but on my monitor, it shows when the internet is, like, dying out and stuff, so I'm glad that it didn't disappear before I had to, uh, just get a hold of them to see what the hell was going on. So, hopefully, I don't have to jump on, like, hotspot or anything like that, but, as of right now, the internet up here seems to be doing okay. All right. So back to what I was saying. So it looks like everyone, what they want to do or their thoughts is let's have both. Just keep doing it the way I've been doing it. And I think kind of the way Amy was saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. There's don't mess with the formula. And that's the way I had done the Imagine Listening sessions. That was the whole idea in the beginning of doing the first 30 minutes as the Imagine Listening, the heavy piece, right? With saves in there as well. And then it's glitching on my end again. Hopefully you guys can't see that. It's bothering me because I see myself while I'm talking going, anyway, um, in the last 30 minutes to be the lighthearted stories because I'm a firm believer that laughing is good medicine, okay? So that's the way I've always wanted to do it. It's just when putting it as a standalone podcast for Imagine Listening, I just want to make sure to do it right and also do right by the audience who are listening to these powerful stories. And just do it in a way that just it makes sense. Okay. So I just want to make sure that I do it right because it's an important thing, okay? So I thank you all, and I appreciate it for you chiming in and trying to help me figure that piece out. I appreciate it. That's going to be coming in a few weeks, so I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that. Um, okay, so let me look at the videos that I have here because all of these kind of go together. And what I want to talk about first, because currently I have a lot of friends out at the Kalnina conference. All right. And for those who are watching over here on TikTok, you're not going to be able to see the video. I'm going to put my headphones right here to the microphone so that you can at least hear it. But this was something that happened um, a week ago. Okay. So let me switch the audio on here so that you can hear the video. Again, I'm going to play it over here on these big screens for everyone else to see. But um, a friend of mine introduced me to a director out of California, out of Stanislaus Regional 911. And what had happened earlier in the month of February was there was this public hearing. Okay. And during this public hearing, there was an official that ended up saying something to the effect of working in dispatch is not rocket science. And another person, I guess, said something like, I love my dispatchers, but it's not that hard, or I don't know, something like that. You can look on publicly, the Kalnina um, statement is out there, and it's a powerful statement as well. And one of the things that I really, really enjoyed about that statement that was made was the fact that, um, they didn't respond in anger. That's what it was. They didn't respond in anger. They responded with facts. They responded with knowledge. And that's the way to do it. Okay. That's the way you do it. But I want to play the clip here really quick to just kind of show you because I ended up being introduced to Casey over here, Leah on Instagram saying that is so crazy to me. Anyone would say that. Ugh, yeah, it is. It is pretty crazy. It is interesting. Um, and so when the statement went out, and then I think either that same day or the day after, I was introduced to Casey. Amazing person, great story, loves her folks, loves what she does. Yes, loves what she does. And it was said like, come on, you should meet Ricardo, see, kind of share your story, but also some of the stuff that's going on. And if you'll see on the screen here in a moment, so let me put this on here, and for everyone over here on TikTok, um I'll just talk through it what I have on the screen. All right, here it is. So right here, you can see on my screen, it says rocket science. Okay. So, one of the coolest things, again, is that the response was not in anger. And again, that's the way to do it because there are some people out there who feel the way that I just mentioned, or others out there who may say, dispatch is not, whatever. But we know we are. Okay. And so, this is happening live. And s- dispatch at that regional 911 center is watching this and they hear this. So when the director gets back, they already have like logos. So it's SR911, and they have t-shirts that say like rocket science team. And for those here on TikTok, you can see I'm wearing mine right here. I ordered one, and I'll just put it up here really quick so that you can see it. Rocket science team. Hilarious, but also awesome. And Leah says, haha, I love that so much. Yes. Yeah, it was really cool. And so I just want to play this clip really quick here. So let me put my headphones here by the microphone.
So there has been an ongoing discussion within our county um, with, unfortunately, dispatch has become the centerpiece of this discussion. Over the course of the last few months, there have been public meetings carrying on this discussion. And unfortunately, in the February 4th meeting, um, it took a turn into some, personal attacks and disparaging words that were shared in the public forum, obviously devaluing not just what my team does, but what 911 professionals everywhere do, our entire profession. And so when the comments were made that were in the statement you just read, someone got up and in the public hearing stated, it's not rocket science. I love my dispatchers, but it's not hard. And that was a real hit, right, to my team who's sitting there listening to it. And then, of course, everybody's hearing about it. They're watching this hearing from the comm center. And then we had to return right after the meeting.
So there it is. That's the clip. It's an excellent episode. If you've not had the chance to watch or listen to it, make sure to check it out. That is episode 590, 590, and that's with Casey Young, and she is the director out there at Stanislaus um, Regional 911 in California. And the comm center, what's going on? Both John and Drew have their shirts. Excellent. So here's the other cool thing about this, okay? They've got buttons, they've got t-shirts. If you simply go to the website for Sticker Mule and just run the search of SR911, you will find it. So again, on this camera here, there it is. SR911 Rocket Science Team. I got one in this gray. I also got one in black, and I think they have a few others as well. And again, here's the cool thing: the proceeds from these t-shirts go directly to the center's wellness team. So it's for a great cause as well. The shirts, everything goes to their wellness team. So again, make sure to check that out. And it's an excellent episode. It sucks what happened, but again, it just kind of they turned it around, and it was really, really cool. I can't say enough about it. I could have spoken to Casey forever. It was that much fun. Leo over here says dispatchers are first responders. Full stop. I'm not even in the field, and I feel very strongly about that. How disappointing someone would ever say that. It's such an important job. Yes. No, I agree. I fully agree. It is an important job. It is not the easiest thing to do. It is there's a lot that goes into it. So thank you very much, Casey, for coming on and sharing your story, but also talking about what happened at that public hearing, because that really sucks. But now professionals all over the place rallied behind Casey and her crew. And again, we've got these t-shirts, which are super cool. Again, there are buttons. You can find them on the website Sticker Mule. Okay, Sticker Mule, and then just simply search SR911. That is Sam Robert 911. And you'll find everything there. They have some other cool shirts too, so make sure to check that out. But again, it ends up going the to their wellness team. Now, one of the other clips that I want to show here, I'm going to do this a little bit out of order because what I just mentioned goes with another video that I put out there, but I want to share this one too because, like I said, I am fresh back from Ohio. I was out in Ohio. Chagrin Valley Dispatch brought me out to teach my communications course. I had back to back classes, and it was so much fun. I had a hell of a good time out there with all of you. So thank you very, very much to Nick and his entire crew, everyone from surrounding agencies who came. It was a packed room both days. And then, of course, the third day, I recorded a couple episodes, which you'll see a clip. Actually, it's a clip that I did there, but it's you'll see. So it was a lot of fun to be there again, teaching, meeting people who have been following me actually for a long time, which was very cool to be able to do and meet these folks. And a few of them had books. I signed them, the Imagine Listening books. And again, it was just a good time. But one of the things that we talk about is eating our young. That's one of the things that we talk about in my communications course because a portion of it, we are talking about bridging that gap between new dispatchers and seasoned dispatchers, or even seasoned and seasoned, because sometimes we're the greatest at communications, but when it comes with communicating with each other, sometimes it's not fully there. Okay. And we have to um really talk about that and explore what it is that's going on because I'm a firm believer that there are times that at one point we forget what it was like in the beginning. And that is when that eating our young happens. So it's a lot of communication that we're talking about in that course, but also us learning from each other and talking together because believe it or not, you are more similar than what you think. And there's a lot of things that we can build upon, but also continuing to build a good culture where people are excited to come in and work and just be with everyone. A lot of times people, I mean, of course they love what they do, but sometimes there are some folks who just make it difficult, and the profession is difficult as it is already. So why make it any harder than it needs to be? Why not be there for each other? And I know it's not the easiest thing, right? It's not the easiest thing to do, but we can work together. So this clip right here is with Courtney from New Hanover County, and it's talking about the evolution of dispatcher culture. This is a great episode. Again, make sure to check this one out. And let me pull it up here on the screen. And again, over here for everybody on TikTok, you're going to be able to hear it. But for any of these clips, you can simply go to my podcast account, which is at 911 Podcast. So you can check that out there. Leah over here says, I'm observing at the dispatch center in my town tomorrow, and I hope they are patient with me. Oh, of course. Yes, you're there to observe and do a sit along and check it out. And of course, you're going to be there listening, all this other stuff. And I hope that you have an excellent time, Leah. And I can't wait to hear about it. So I'm looking forward to it. When you're done, if you get a chance, if and when you get a chance, shoot me a message. I want to hear about how your sit along went. All right. So over here on TikTok, let me remove this so that you can hear it. And then I'm going to play this clip here. So hold on.
It's funny, when I first started, the culture in 911 was completely different. There were a lot of older ladies. Those ladies are so mean. Those are some mean ladies. I remember saying, like, I just think she don't like Black people. And then after a couple of days, I was like, oh, she don't like anybody. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
She just don't like anybody. It was a much different culture, kind of like standing up, yelling across the room type of thing.
Right.
And luckily it has changed. I will say that it has changed a lot over the years, but we do miss that experience from older dispatchers. Yes, times have changed. Yes, there are plenty of ways to be more efficient in doing things, but they also had a lot of experience in this certain area. We get a lot of people who don't live in New Hanover County.
Mm-hmm.
So the knowledge of the area, the knowledge of how things are supposed to be done, the knowledge of kind of going with your gut and knowing that I really need to be sending 2 officers to this.
So there you have it. That is an excellent clip, and also a good look at that evolution of the dispatch culture there. So I had a lot of fun talking with Courtney, but she's right. Like, and I've heard this from a lot of people, where people have said, a long time ago, there was, this and that was going on, or there was this group of people who were just straight up mean, and others who have said that, again, folks who were straight up mean, but it was the way they were training, it wasn't like all mean. And the way someone put it to me is also the way I've heard it from others, is where some of these folks would say something to the effect of, "Look, I'm not going to let you I'm not going to let you drown, okay? I might let you take in some water, but I'm not going to let you drown. I'm here. I'm here." And some of those folks had told me, it's like, you know, that is that that helped me. That kind of more, like tougher love a bit was what actually helped me get through this. And it was because also those folks, they weren't like just straight up mean. Like, there are some people who were out there that I've heard about that were just straight up mean, but there are some folks that, like I said, they're going to let you take in a little water, but they're not going to let you drown. And so there's a difference, and the culture just continues to evolve and evolve and evolve, and it's a good thing. It is a very good thing, because that's part of the course that I teach as well. Is, we talk about some of that culture. We talk about how it was in the beginning for some folks versus the way it is now for others, and again, how we can just simply come together. Because again, I'm a firm believer that it's going to be us that figures out this short staffing issue, by us just simply continuing to create a culture where people are going to stay. They feel welcome, they feel heard, they feel recognized. Their ideas or whichever aren't just thrown out or anything. They're there, like they really are part of a team. And there are a lot of centers out there that are like that, and it is excellent. So again, make sure to check out episode 591. That was with Courtney, and she is out of New Hanover County in North Carolina. So make sure to check that out. That was an excellent one, and very excited for that. Let me see over here. Again, just the time that I had in Ohio, it was such a good time, and it sounds like I'm going to be back as well. I'm also going to be teaching out of Missouri a couple times, so make sure to check that out. I'm going to be teaching out in Texas at the ranch with Joe Serio, and I will be out at Navigator. I have a booth there, so if you're going to be at Navigator in Orlando, Florida, I will see you there. That's going to be a lot of fun as well. And then, as we're talking about that other clip with Casey, and how some people feel, and then also the response, okay, the response in responding with facts and knowledge and all of that versus anger. That's where this other clip comes from, okay? And I'm going to play this here, because here's the question. All right, here's the question. And actually, let me put this in the comments. And then for all of you over here on TikTok, I'm just simply going to say what it is. Instagram over here, I'm going to put this in here for this question. Okay, so here's the question. Here's the question. What would you say to someone who says that 911 professionals are not first responders? Again, what would you say to someone who says that 911 professionals are not first responders. So you can take a moment to type in what you would say. But again, what I want you to keep in mind is in your response. And I know it's hard because a lot of times, and I talked about this with um with with the people who were in my class. Okay. I talked about this with the people that were in my class to say, um, don't respond in anger. Respond with knowledge, facts, and especially stories. Respond that way. Because a lot of times when people say things like that, everyone is quick to respond with even like a middle finger or an FU or whatever. And I'm not saying you can respond however you want, okay? Really, you can respond however you want. However, when you think about it, I mean, you can do one or two. You can respond in anger, or you can respond with showing, proving through your stories, through your voice, because it's a much better way to do it. And again, a lot of times people will respond in anger. And then it's like, well, is that the only time that you're going to respond? Does it take someone getting pissed off or saying something like that to you for you to actually care? Because sometimes people are just like, oh, I do whatever, or I do this, and I'm happy that I do this, but I just feel like a lot of times, sometimes folks they don't respond unless someone is talking down. And that was one of the things that we were talking about in class. It's like if someone is talking down to you, you can respond in anger or you can respond with your storytelling. Um which I think is a lot more impactful than simply responding in anger. But again, I know it's hard sometimes, like, immediately, it's like we want to, right? You want to just be like James says over here in the comments, "Suck it, Trebek." Yeah, a lot of times, that's what people wanna say, and that's okay too, but I think it's more impactful to do it a different way, the other way, talking about what it's like, but also saying, "Hey, come and put on the headset. Let's see you try to do it." And a lot of times, and a lot of officers that I know as well, they're like, nah, I don't want to do it. So let me play this clip for you because I asked a couple 911 professionals out in Ohio the same question. What would you say to someone who says that 911 professionals are not first responders? So this is my friend Carla, and I'm going to play this clip here. It's a good one. So here we go. Just need to share the screen here really quick. All right, here we go.
My name is Carla. I'm the center manager for Chagrin Valley Dispatch in Brecksville. To the people that don't believe we're first responders, my challenge would be to actually do it and not sit in a dispatch center and look around, but to actually be under the pressure of what we actually do. Sometimes not seeing it and not responding to the scene is worse. And once that one time happens to you, which is going to happen lots of times after that, but once that one time happens to you and you wish that you could get in your car and go to that scene and feel that, that would be a privilege sometimes to the calls that we take, and we don't know the ending and we don't know what happens, and we might never find out. So the burden of that is just the same as the burden sometimes of going and seeing it in your own eyes. And if that's what makes them first responders, then we would be in that same classification, in my opinion. So if you don't believe that we should be, I would say come in and do the job, or come in and actually watch the job be done.
There you have it. That was an excellent response. And Carla, again, I appreciate you sitting with me. And I've got one from another 911 professional, Jen, as well. And I'm going to be putting these together and putting them out there. It was a lot of fun, again, to be there with everyone and share stories, talk about the profession and what it's like, how the evolution of culture has been. And, just kind of talking on a lot of the stuff that I've learned as well. And it has just been an excellent experience. So, again, those are going to be going out there, and we'll be sharing more of those on the personal TikTok as well as Instagram and such. So make sure to look out for those. Those are going to be coming up soon. Over here, James says, so the category we're trying to get into is the protective service occupation classification. I would say that we provide a protective service for our fellow protective service occupants, i.e., our LEO on the streets and firefighters in the burning buildings. All right, excellent. So, yeah, there's a lot of ways that one can respond. And just the way Kalnina responded in their statement, knowledge, facts, stories. Theirs was a mic drop moment, and that was excellent. The way they responded. And then, of course, this one as well with Carla, the way she responded and everything. Excellent. Good stuff. So I'm excited to see what happens, but also more excited to see that more folks, more 911 professionals are opening up and sharing their stories as well as what it's been like for them, their experience, because that's where we learn a lot from each other, and it's awesome. Let's continue to do it. That's how we're going to continue to get through and literally change the landscape of this 911 profession and how people see what it is that you do day in and day out. And it's what we've been doing for years now, is sharing stories. Myself, along with all of you, because everything I do wouldn't be what it is without all of you and your trust in me to share your stories. We have been changing the landscape of this profession through the power of storytelling, and we're going to continue to do so. So while we are opening the eyes of literally millions around the world to what it is that you do every single day is the most vital piece of public safety in 911, you're also coming together through your stories so that others out there in our profession know that they are not alone, that we are all in this together. It is a big ass thing that we're doing, and we've been doing it for years. It's been awesome. And I just feel honored and privileged to be able to be here with all of you and play some small part in your 911 journey and your 911 story. So it has been excellent. There's a lot more that's going to be coming up. I'm sorry I had to cut off a moment ago and figure out the stupid internet shit that was going on. But over here on the big screen, like the phone seems to have been fine, but on the big screen over here, it is, I see myself just like, So I'm guessing it's been glitching or blipping out a little bit, but it's been all right. It's been working. So again, I apologize for this thing messing up, but next open mic will be hopefully better, and I won't have to cut off of this, and I'm gonna have to figure out my router over here. But looking over here, James says, all of our stories are making a difference. I can tell you the members of the members of Congress, my bad, that came to speak to us have a better understanding of the job we do every day because of the stories you have shared, Ricardo. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you and everything that you do for this profession. It has been an experience, and it has been an amazing experience. And I can't wait to see what is going to come out of everything, because it looks and sounds like there's a lot of good things that are happening. And I can't say, but I know from a lot of folks that it appears that there are some good things going on. And if you get a chance, I want to mention this because it went away on my screen over here, but I did happen to catch a glimpse of it. The topic that we were just talking about, my good friends over at the Comm Center, they have a video out there where they're talking about this as well. Make sure to check them out on Instagram, YouTube, all of that. Awesome dudes, and they're funny as hell too. I look forward to coming on to another episode, or finally getting them on one with me, so that we can just continue to put out some good shit, some good content for all of you. So, as always, this has been fun. I'm going to wrap it up now because my mom and my sisters are downstairs. My mom's probably asleep right now, but they're downstairs, and I'm going to head down there to hang out with them before they leave tomorrow. I just wanted to show you all something here really quick. And wait, the Comm Center over here says, we loves us some Ricardo. Yeah, dude. Also, they have the coolest fucking profile picture. Just check them out, the Comm Center. You make sure to check them out because they're awesome. And I had a lot of fun when I was on there with them as well. Also, actually, March 14th, there is well, I don't remember if it's live or not, but it's already been announced. They put it out there. My good friends, Aaron and Cinnamon with the After the Tones Drop podcast, they're doing a special 100th episode. And I'm going to get a chance to be on that with several other guests, past guests that they've had, and they're going to be doing like a super show. So make sure to look out for that. If you have not listened to the After the Tones Drop podcast yet, make sure to check them out. It's just a lot of fun. So check it out. And I wanted to show this to all of you really quick before I head down with my family. Okay. So a lot of people have been asking, because National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week is coming up in April. So a lot of people have been asking about the wristbands, if I still have wristbands, and I just ordered some. This is just bag one of all the wristbands I have. So these are going to go back up on the store here within the next couple days. And also, if you are at the excuse me, the Navigator Conference, I'm going to be there at my booth, so I will have them as well. The other thing that came in that I am super excited about are these lanyards. Oh man, these came out really nice. Oh yeah. I am digging these. Let's just show it here really quick. The lanyards are in. So these are going to be up on the store as well. Again, I'm very excited for them. I just wanted to show them off here really quick because I had everybody live. And a lot more to come, everyone. Get ready, because there's a lot. And I am stoked. I'm excited. And I'm ready to go. So I love all of you guys. Leah over here says bye and says, hoping to catch you in Orlando if I can. I hope to see you as well. It is going to be a lot of fun. And again, anyone who's going to be there, make sure to check me out. I'll have a booth there. I got to find out which number it is. I think they've put it up already on the Navigator Conference website. But I'm going to be looking that, or posting that stuff rather, because there's a class that I'm going to be doing as well. I'll have all the information out there, so make sure to look out for that. So this live broadcast has been sponsored by In Digital, a leader next gen core services. Shout out to subscribers as always. Thank you for everything. And I had a lot of fun with you all tonight, even with, the tech issues, but that's what happens when you go live. Shit happens. So we've got all of that, and I look forward to seeing you the next open mic. Check out all the content that I'm going to be posting out there. And if you have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be a guest on the show, you can email us. But the easiest way to do all of this is to simply go to links.co/WTT podcast. And that's links with 2 i's.co/WTT podcast. And you'll find everything there: email, social media, where to follow, where to hear the latest episode, where to buy the Imagine Listening books. And also, if you want to be a guest, whether you are new to Dispatch, seasoned, or retired, I would love to share your story. I've been doing this for over a decade, and it has been just an amazing experience. The podcast has over 2.3 million downloads and is heard in over 60 countries, and there's no stopping. We're continuing. We're going, and we've got so many more powerful stories coming at you. So make sure to check that out. Again, it's links with 2 i's.co/WTT podcast. And you will also find all of the, the link for all of the merch as well, podcasts and Dispatch merchandise. And also the link to the community, the free community, the trenches. 911 professional community. You can check that out as well. I'm going to be adding a bunch of stuff, adding live events, going live on there, doing so many things. So make sure to check that out. And this can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, as well as X and Instagram, and then clips from episodes or just different things that I'm doing going on TikTok as well as Instagram Reels and the YouTube channels. So, make sure to check all of that out. And then you can listen 24/7 to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone, and we will see you all in the next one.